internet that women are born with inherent value and men have to create them.
No, you're right. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about why men are the only creatures that have to prove their worth by working 7 days a week, making over 6 figures, and having to be either a ball player, a doctor, or a rapper to get some respect. Because if you're working a minimum wage job, then you're not deemed worthy of having love. Let's talk about how society has perpetuated this narrative so that even our young people growing up nowadays expect that their spouses are going to be ball players or rappers or somebody making over 6 figures. Let's talk about how females come out and are inherently valuable because they are the cradle of birth. They're the cradle of life. Without a woman, you cannot create a baby. But at the same time, a woman cannot create a baby by herself. We are needed in that process, yet we aren't seen as just as important. Let's talk about how society has also perpetuated the narrative that young, especially young black men, want nothing more than to just have sex and then leave and having no father obligations to take care of. Let's talk about how child support ruins so many dads that they can't even see their children because they spend so much time fighting the courts and going in and out of jail that they can't even provide for their family, and then are told that they're deadbeats because they can't give more than what is given to them. Let's talk about if you're a broke man, how you're told that you're not doing enough and that you're lazy and that you need to get up and go to McDonald's and get a job making minimum wage that nobody else wants to work, but you should because you're too lazy, because you know how to say, "Welcome to McDonald's, can I take your order?" Let's talk about how the system separates more fathers from their kids through the government and through court action rather than allowing fathers who want to be there for their sons actually see them and spend time with them and help them grow into actual able young men. Let's talk about how society also wants to feminize our men and take from them the masculinity that so many women keep crying that they want to have in their man. Let's talk about how we say it's okay for our young men to wear female clothes because it's self-expression, not knowing that we are also helping perpetuate that cycle of demasculinity in our youth. But if we talk about that, then people become offended, and then you become a separatist, or you become a sexist, or you become some type of is that is negative. So we can talk about it, but are people willing to listen and have that conversation and be open-minded to have the opinions heard and not felt? See, can you hear me and understand before you get upset and feel offended? Because that's a good question, and we should really be able to talk about that. Hopefully we can.